WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Thank you for joining us tonight at 6. You know, Lowndes County Board of Supervisors meetings, they don't normally draw a large crowd, but that was not the case today. Harry Sanders, he did resign as board president, so there will be a new head sitting at the table as the Lowndes County Board of Supervisors president. But as far as anything else, that's all he said he would do is resign as president. I'm joined by WCBI's Cash Matlock. Cash, you were at today's meeting this morning. What are other supervisors saying?
Well, Scott, some fellow supervisors say that Harry Sanders stepping down as board president is simply not enough. They say conducting county business with Sanders still in the room will be nearly impossible.
Therefore, I submit my resignation as board president immediately, and I intend to continue to represent the people of District 1.
Sanders opened Tuesday's board meeting with this short message before swapping seats with former vice president of the board and District 3 supervisor John Holloman. Soon after, the floor opened for discussion.
I too believe Harry should resign from his position on the board. His comments in the paper are hurtful to a lot of people.
District 2 Supervisor Trip HAIRSTON doubling back on a statement he gave to WCBI just last week in favor of Sanders remaining on the board. Fellow Supervisor Leroy Brooks calling it a pleasant surprise.
But the one thing that made me feel good was Trip HAIRSTON voted with us to call for his resignation.
HAIRSTON, Brooks, and Supervisor Jeff Smith all voted for Sanders to remove himself from the board completely. They say stepping down as president will not be enough.
Please, sir, I'm asking you, in the name of Jesus, to resign from this board.
Then do the right thing now, and you know what the right thing is. And the right thing is for you to remove yourself from this situation so this county can heal and can go forward.
Supervisor Jeff Smith says it will be difficult to handle county business until this issue is resolved.
I expected us to come up here, request Harry resign from the board. We didn't get that commitment today, but we got a commitment from the people that we're not going to go away.
Supervisors voted 3-2 on the resolution asking Sanders to resign from the board. Nearly 150 local business owners have signed a letter authored by the Link, the Chamber of Commerce, and the Trust urging Sanders to resign from the board, citing economic damage to the future of Lowndes County if he remains. In other business, the board voted to approve the claims docket and the minutes while pushing other items on the agenda, that is, to Monday, July 6th. And today's meeting drew a crowd to the courthouse, and for more on that, we're going to turn things over here to Quentin Smith. Quentin.
That's right, Cash. Once the meeting ended today, a large number of protesters gathered here outside the courthouse calling for Sanders' resignation. As the meeting went on, protesters were hoping to hear the news that Sanders would step down from the board altogether. Once that didn't happen, they began chanting and calling for his resignation. After making racist remarks earlier this month, many believe the county can't continue to move forward with Sanders on the board.
The signs were simple,
Justice and equality for all,
but yet powerful.
Harry must go.
All calling for Harry Sanders to give up his seat as a county supervisor after making racist comments 2 weeks ago.
I do understand all of the other supervisors. I understand that they're not going to be able to get work done. They're not going to be able to get work done with him at the table knowing what he has said.
There's not an apology for this. He's wrong. He needs to leave.
Russell Brandon was one of the dozens of protesters calling for Sanders' resignation. He says he felt compelled to speak out and join in on the fight after multiple encounters with racism from past experiences.
I didn't do things sooner. I tolerated this sort of disgusting racism for too long. I spent too much time at Thanksgivings putting off that racist uncle, just saying that, oh, he's dumb, whatever, nothing's going to happen. This is what happens as a consequence of that.
During Monday's meeting, Sanders did resign as board president, which is a position he's held for nearly 2 decades. However, many people believe that's not good enough. They want him to step down from the board altogether. Many in Lowndes County believe his presence on the board is continuing to plague the community.
With him staying on the board, it's just going to be divided, and the community is still going to be divided. So then he got a lot on his shoulder that he needs to understand. It's not just the community, it's the economic. Who want to bring something here? Nobody. Everybody going to look at, why should we? We can still got somebody racist sitting on the board.
Hopefully he'll go to bed tonight and think about it again and decide to do what's best for the county.
With people here participated to bring forth justice, this is what we have to have.
I do not think the county can move forward. I do not think any county could move forward with someone like him on their board. And I hope that anyone who's watching this right now, I hope you know that if you think the same thing that Harry Sanders does, you're wrong.
Harry, please resign. Go on to the House.
Now, several protesters, along with the Lowndes County chapter of the NAACP, are planning to have another peaceful protest here outside the courthouse for the board's next meeting, which is scheduled for Monday. They'll again be calling for the resignation of Harry Sanders. That's the very latest from here in Lowndes County. Quentin Smith, WCBI News.
In other news today, with the stroke of a pen, Mississippi's state flag is officially retired. Governor Tate Reeves signs a bill to bring down the banner less than an hour ago. You saw it right here on WCBI. Lawmakers passed the bill 2 days ago. The flag, first adopted in 1894, was the last in the nation to contain the Confederate battle emblem. For the time being, the state will be without an official flag. A commission will be tasked with creating a new one. There are two requirements. It must not contain any Confederate symbols, and it must include the state motto, "In God We Trust." The new design will be put to a statewide vote in November.
A live view in downtown Tupelo. Looking to the southeast, we have a towering cloud of thunder showers southeast of Tupelo right now. You can see that with our live radar. Basically south of Fulton, approaching Highway 25 there, moving over the Carolina community and southwestern parts of Itawamba County. A few other showers and thunder showers across the region, back to the northwest. Heavier rain back to the northeast, and even more up to the north. Just north of our area. Some of those can come in later tonight, but it's warm, it's humid. The heat index outside of where we're seeing rain right now, about 100 degrees, and that's going to be the story here going forward with these warm and humid days as we approach the 4th of July weekend. Tonight, mid-70s for lows, warm and sticky, still a chance for some scattered showers and storms. Your full forecast in just a few minutes.
680 Mississippians test positive for COVID-19 in today's new case report. The Mississippi State Department of Health also reports the number of people hospitalized in the state is up to 560. There are also more patients in ICU. In our region, Pontotoc County saw the highest number of new cases with 28. Lee County had 17 and Monroe County had 13. So far, 1,073 people in Mississippi have died after being diagnosed with the virus. Alabama Governor Kay Ivey extends the state's Safer at Home order. The order will now expire on July 31st instead of July 3rd. Nothing in the order is changing. Ivey asked Alabamians to use personal responsibility by incorporating precautions into their everyday lives, such as staying 6 feet apart and wearing a mask in public. 37,000 people in Alabama have tested positive for COVID-19. More than 900 have died after being diagnosed. Ivey did say if cases continue to rise, stricter restrictions could be put in place. Positive cases of COVID-19 are on the rise again. WCBI's Bobby Martinez talks to an expert about face coverings and the prevention of spreading COVID-19.
It is a question that everyone is asking.
Do I think that people should wear masks when they're out in public?
Positive cases of COVID-19 continue to rise. Today, Mississippi Department of Health is reporting 680 positive cases, along with 14 deaths. Savannah Brown, Infection Control Quality Director at OCH, says face masks play a pivotal role in preventing this disease from spreading.
COVID-19 is predominantly spread by droplets. Droplets being if I cough, if I sneeze, if I sing, I talk, I yell, any of those things. It can go out of my mouth. I mean, you've seen it, right? We can have that droplet that goes about 6 feet. Now, is that a perfect number? No. But it does go about that far. And if I'm wearing a cloth face covering, it limits the spread of that.
Brown has seen firsthand the deadly consequences from COVID-19.
In truth, I still see positives come through every day. I have had at least 6 positive COVID-19 tests come across my machine today. We have patients admitted inpatient every day here right now. We are seeing patients pass away from COVID-19.
And starting today, any employee here at Mississippi State University is required to wear a face mask upon entering any building on campus. The university said they're doing this due to the increase of the COVID-19 cases in Oktibbeha County and the Golden Triangle. Also starting July 6th, Those who plan to hop on board the Starkville, Mississippi State University Area Rapid Transit are required to wear face masks. Reporting in Starkville, Bobby Martinez, WCBI News.
Starkville Mayor Lynn Spruill says a mask ordinance vote will happen at the next Board of Aldermen meeting on July 7th. An area public school official is going to need a bigger sign for his office door. We'll tell you about his added duties when we come back.
You're watching WCBI's News at 6 with Joey Barnes.
Welcome back, everyone. Webster County's Emergency Management Agency Director has another title. Barry Rushing will be sworn in as the newest Walthall Alderman next Monday night. He was the only person to qualify for the spot. Rushing will continue to serve as the EMA Director, Homeland Security Director, Fire Coordinator, and Fire Investigator. He's not in the school system, I promise. He has served as EMA Director for the past 9 years. An East Columbus bridge repair project is complete almost a week early. The work was done on Lindbergh Road near the intersection of Highway 50. It was expected to take 2 weeks to get the work done. City leaders believe debris from floodwaters caused most of the deterioration. Engineers found the damage and determined it needed an immediate repair. In a statement, Mayor Robert Smith says the repairs should last at least 50 years. And thankfully, no floodwaters right now to test that bridge.
No, there's plenty of heat.
Yeah, there is that.
Plenty of heat. There's moisture in the air, though. We know that. It feels like 104 in West Point right now. And just be advised that the pavement, even warmer than the actual air temperature, around 115, 120 degrees, the pavement surface temperature. So if you're taking Fido out for a walk, just stay on the grass, not necessarily on the pavement. Your full forecast is next.
WCBI First Alert AccuWeather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Hazy, hot, and humid standard summer fare across North Mississippi and West Alabama again today. Our Alpha Insurance Camera Network, our time lapses from Columbus, Louisville, Mississippi. There at Vernon, Durham's Pharmacy, and in Tupelo, you can see some of those clouds moving through. Not really a lot of rain overall today, but we do have some gusty showers and some thunder showers around the region. No severe weather in our area, but a few downpours here just to the south of Fulton. Some of that stretching over there into northwestern Alabama. A few more showers here near Holly Springs, northwestern Mississippi, West Tennessee too. There's another batch up here southeast of St. Louis near Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Some of that is actually moving southeast, and if that holds together, that could actually slip on into parts of north and northeast Mississippi after midnight. So several clusters of storms ongoing across the region right now. And we may see some additional clusters here on Wednesday. We are in this level 1 risk for some gusty storms on Wednesday. So we'll just watch this and see how it all plays out. But Futurecast picking up on the action here across northeastern Mississippi tonight. And as we get into tomorrow morning, maybe even a little earlier than 7 o'clock, we may see several clusters of storms come on in. It's really hard to time out these clusters and these waves that will move on through, but there's a potential for some storms tonight, tomorrow night, into our Thursday, and then sporadic storm chances going on into your holiday weekend. So just keep this in the back of your mind. We will have several waves of storms, and any one of those waves may produce some gusty wind, lightning, and very heavy rainfall, maybe even a little bit of small hail too. Temperatures right now in the mid to upper 80s and low 90s. The heat index 100 in Columbus and many other spots around here. So consider yourself lucky if you're getting a little bit of relief with one of those storms right now. Now the heat index will be extreme if you don't see a storm over the next couple of days here. So if you get rain, if you see more clouds, not as bad, but that humidity factor will make it feel muggy or miserable here for the rest of the work week into the holiday weekend. No real relief in sight as far as that is concerned, unfortunately. So lows tonight down into the mid-70s. A few isolated storms and showers this evening. Maybe another cluster after midnight. We'll wait and see. Tomorrow, your day on Wednesday, upper 80s to low 90s. 50% chance for more scattered showers and storms in the region, and that will carry us into our holiday weekend as we look ahead with your AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Upper 80s, low 90s during the day. I don't think the weekend will be a washout, but there will be some storms around here and very muggy at night with lows in the 70s.
All right, thanks, Keith. The high school football tour makes a trip to Calhoun County, visiting the Vardaman Rams. See the preview next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
The high school football tour continues in sweet potato country. That's right, stop number 9 featuring the Vardaman Rams. The Rams are coming off a tough winless season a year ago, but are locked in and ready to make some noise this upcoming year.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour is brought to you by Itawamba Community College, Cannon Ford of Starkville, Monroe County Farm Bureau, Max South Broadband, and the Bank of Vernon.
The Vardaman Rams entered a 2020 campaign with several goals, but one in particular stands out.
To be the most improved team in the state.
In year 1 under head coach Brendan Pugh, the Rams were unable to secure a win. Now heading into year 2, the team believes their hard work will pay off.
We're just trying to get them all to show up, work hard, listen, and compete every day. And, that's what we've been kind of saying from the get-go, is just put in the work, give it your best every day, and let the results take care of themselves.
The people that's been here and the days that we can make it and everything, I think everybody that's been here has been putting in the work that they need to be putting in.
We all been trying to do our part for the team. All of us been showing up, working hard, and having fun with it. So I think we're doing a lot better than we were last year.
The Rams bring back their starting quarterback and senior leader Britton Bailey, who looks to take his play up a notch. With Bailey returning, Vardaman feels confident about where the offense stands.
Definitely gotten a lot better at getting in the groove of everything and knowing how things work, and he's really good. It brings us more together, if your quarterback's on the same page as everybody else is. And
I think he's one of the best ones. He works with the whole line, works good with the receivers, so he's definitely strong.
That strength and grit can't be only said about Bailey, but for the whole team as well. Coaches and players emphasize that this group is giving its all to make this season a good season.
We got some guys that are very dedicated. A couple guys, one guy in particular comes to mind that he didn't have a ride one morning. He woke up at 4 o'clock and walked 2.5 miles to get to workouts at 6 o'clock in the morning. So guys like that really make it worth your while when you come here and you show up and you know that you got some kids that are putting that much effort in. It really makes you as a coach want to put that much for them.
I love this team. I wake up every morning ready to practice with them. It makes my day.
Vardaman kicks off the season with the road matchup against Myrtle August 21st. Reporting in Vardaman, Chris Bolton, WCBI Sports.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour with Vardaman High School is brought to you by Town of Vardaman City Hall and St. James United Methodist Church.
For the full schedule of the high school football tour, go to our social media accounts on Facebook and Twitter. And if you've missed any of the stops up to this point, go to our website, WCBI.com. For those of you who don't know, tonight is my final sportscast here at WCBI. As I look back on the past 5 years here in North Mississippi, the first thing that comes to my mind is thankful. Thankful for my wonderful wife, Amanda, for supporting me throughout this dream job of mine. Thankful to my family for their never-ending support, especially my mom and dad who are watching right now, as they always do. Thankful for all the coaches, players, and viewers that I've been lucky to meet, to know, and welcomed into your lives since day one. This really is one of the best places for sports on the entire planet. Thankful for the sports information staff and sports media all over the state that I've had the absolute pleasure to work with. Thankful for my general manager, Derek Rogers, and news director, Robert Davidson, for taking a chance on a knucklehead out of Florida and giving me every opportunity. Thankful for my second family here at WCBI, the countless professionals I've grown up with, looked up to. Thank you for making this my home away from home and giving me the chance to make friends I'll have for the rest of my life. I'll be going back home to Florida to be closer to my family, but I'll always miss North Mississippi. Thank you all so much for truly making this a dream come true. That's it for sports. The last look at your forecast is next.
Some isolated showers and thunder showers across our region right now. We may see a few more after midnight. And really for the next 7 days here, very similar like here, upper 80s, low 90s. Hot enough to melt the icing on that cake.
His wife brought him cake for his last show. Isn't that awesome?
Spoiled, man.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Good
luck. Living the dream?
Thanks, Joey. Thanks, Keith.
Living the dream?
You guys are awesome. Love you.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Good night.